Isaac's, a new location, which is really beautiful thanks to a lot of great local partners. It's another way that we get to show young people that this community believes in them, and that we want what's best for them, and that we're willing to work for what's best for them.
Welcome to InSIght. I'm Wendy Brokaw.
And I'm Mary Louise Van Atta.
And what you just saw was the video that we did of the grand opening of Isaac's, the newest location of Isaac's. And with us to talk all about that and the nonprofit connected to it is Tiffany Bulgen. She's the co-founder of Isaac's Room. And congratulations on your newest location.
Thank you so much.
So fun.
Yeah, so fun.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
But there's so much to learn about what you do. I want to acquaint people with why this is such an exciting development. What's going on?
Sure. So Isaac's Room is our organization. It's almost 20 years old.
Oh my.
Isaac would have been 20 in October, who was our first son that we lost due to complications from a heart surgery. And at that time, we also were doing foster care for parole probation boys. So through that, we created a nonprofit that is to give Isaac's Room to youth in our community to help them face the challenges of life. And so we work with youth ages 16 to 21. And so Isaac's is an expansion on the model that we use. It's called social enterprise. So we give the youth a job in one of the family businesses of our organization in order to train them for skills to entering adulthood. So a lot of people are familiar with the Ike Box, which we still have.
Oh, yes.
And is still operating, and Isaac's is an expansion on the Ike Box.
I've seen so many young people go through and be trained in your program and get successfully segged into the world of work as a result.
Yes, it's been fabulous. And a lot of people don't know because at Ike Box there wasn't a kitchen visible, but we had started a baking operation about 6 years ago. We subleased at First Christian Church like 3 days a week. And that operation started going so well as far as the youth really enjoying learning that skill that Isaac's, one of the most exciting part is that we've added a kitchen and a bakery there. Oh. And so we're not only baking for both locations, but we also have dessert and beer and wine at Isaac's. So we're open in the evening, and that gives the kids an opportunity to learn how to make desserts. And we also have an expanded food menu, so they're learning a lot of marketable skills.
Could you give us a feel for the programs that you put the kids through?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting the idea that they're getting culinary skills, and believe me, that is a skill.
Yeah.
And a great stepping stone to other jobs, but you teach so much more to them.
We do. We do 4 weeks of training camp when they start. So our program starts 3 times a year. And
who qualifies?
Anybody who fills out an application and interviews and is able to convince us that they're ready for a challenge.
All right.
The streams come from parole probation, mostly Roberts High School, Downtown Learning Center, drug and alcohol treatment, foster families. So those are some of the more natural streams, but we do get youth that come from the Salem-Keizer School District that even come from, a pretty traditional setting at their home life, but they have not found a place where they have belong, or they want to learn skills and they want to find a family extended is what we call it. So it starts 3 times a year, and the kids go through training camp where they learn fitness and nutrition and a lot of skills. One of our first things we teach them in the classroom is that they are the hero of their own story, and that they can make life better. And we pair them up with a mentor who becomes their mentor through the rest of the program. And so that's how they start. And then from there they do a service learning project, and they learn a curriculum we call valuable employee training. And this is all before they actually get a paid employment. So they go through a lot of training, a lot of class time, a lot of fun. We do a lot of fun activities. We do a lot of dinners together. And so then if they've done all of that, they can interview for a job in one of the either the Ike Box coffee shop, the bakery, or cleaning. And once they get a job, they still have their mentor meeting every week, and they still go to class every Wednesday night, where we teach them continuing life skills. And then we also have a residential home, which we're in the middle of an expansion campaign to not only open a second location, which we've done, but also buy the house next door to a home that we have as a residential option. So by the end of the year, we're hoping to have a boys' home and a girls' home.
And I have been in that home, and it is managed by the folks that live there. Isn't that correct? And they do family dinners, and a lot of young people haven't grown up with a traditional, what that's like to clean your house, to put your dishes away, to fix things, and
to get a real foundation of what it is to be a family.
Being in a household.
Right, and so after 16 years of parole, probation, and foster care with older teenage boys, we just saw a lot of them, a lot of times the state support is done when they're 18. And even my own son at 18 isn't ready to be done with support.
Yeah.
No,
so our heart is very big for the youth that are aging out of the foster care system or the juvenile system that still aren't prepared. And we're really excited to be, and we've seen the track record of success of turning these youth into givers instead of takers. And that's kind of a big component. It's like they're now, when you give them a job and a nice place to live and nice relationships, they really become confident that they can give back. And so they become taxpayers and not as much takers of services and takers of, the system, but they realize that they actually can be contributors. And so that's probably
compassionate is what I've seen from the young people that they've worked with is, compassion is returned with compassion.
That's
And
right.
what
That's
I've seen personally is the young people working behind the counter may start out a little bit scared or a little bit worried about it, and then they grow in confidence. Every one of them.
They do, and that's what fuels our tank. Because you still have running a business and you're doing a lot of work, but that is exactly the reason. And I think putting them in contact with customers like we have at the Ike Box, from senators to used to be the Statesman Journal to all the different people that work around there. These are people that a lot of our youth would not come into contact with on a normal basis, and they're the ones that are serving them. Our youth are serving them, and they're returning with a smile and a thank you, and it's just it's miraculous just what happens in that.
So here you are expanding, here you are with an even broader vision and places for people to stay. How do people get involved? How can they help?
Yeah, so
How can they learn more? You have a website.
Yeah,
don't
we
you?
do have a website, so isaacsroom.org or ikebox.com. Either place will take you to where you can find out more about our program. So there's applications if you know somebody that might be good for the program. As far as volunteering or donating, all that information is there as well. It could be as simple as bringing a meal to that training camp that I told you about, because we do dinner for them those whole 4 weeks, or donating some resources, or we do business sponsorships for the youth. Businesses can sponsor a youth through the year, which has been a great help to us. So
You come back and update us on the projects as they come about, because
I
we'd love
sure
to see
will.
you again.
This
Yeah,
is just
why not?
absolutely wonderful. I saw the looks on the faces in that video of people just pretty much sending up a giant cheer for what you've just done.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's 20 years and we're not going anywhere. We're excited to continue to serve the youth in this, especially in Salem. And we know that there's lots of youth that still are looking for this opportunity. So,
Well, you and your family have been there for them, and now it looks
you
like
so
the
much.
community is risen up and it's there for you.
That's right.
How
Thank
about
you.
that?
Thank you
Well,
very much.
Tiffany, thank you so much for joining us today on InSight. We'll have you back, and thank you
Yeah,
for being
thank
here
you.
with us today with Tiffany on InSight. I'm Wendy Brokaw.
And I'm Mary Louise Van Atta, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.